Hello, my name is Kody Martinolich. Today I'm going to be kicking off our presentation for Phase 4. We're Team Elmo and our coding language is Swift. So this is our website. Whenever you first open it up, you're greeted with our team members. Obviously we have Brandon, Kyle, and myself. And then if you scroll down, we have our Swift programming language and a little tag about Swift. Swift is just a general purpose programming language released in 2014 for the Apple ecosystem with syntax that encourages clean code, incredible expressiveness and speed, and ease of use. This language should be in all developers' tool belt for app development. And then we have a little copyright tag at the bottom. And we have 4 pages up here. Next that we'll discuss is the how to install page. And because Swift is mainly a Apple programming language, it was designed by Apple, it's very different how you install them on different platforms. So we made a YouTube tutorial for the Windows edition, and then we also put together a document for how to install it on Mac. And so both of these are very detailed. They should help anyone that's trying to get into Swift actually get started. And so the next page we have is example code, and I'll let Kyle take it from here.
Okay, so we came up with 3 examples each in each category: the easy, the medium, and the hard. And we have, as you can see here, so we posted each one our own code with just a brief description at the top, just to show what each one does. These are all examples that can be used to help someone who's new to the Swift programming language to just get used to the language itself. So, for example, right there at the very top of easy examples is something very simple, just using if else. So there it says let A equal 2, let B equal 3, and there's comments explaining what goes on. It just shows a basic if else statement and how it would work. So they could copy that code and put it into a compiler and run it, and it would work just fine. So they can see an example of how it works. We also have some medium examples. The top one right there, again, for loop, and it also deals with an array as well. So they get some use out of an array and how to use a for loop to go through the array and find each item in the array. So once again, they can copy and paste each of these different code examples to see exactly what's going on. And each program is well commented to make sure that it's clear what's going on to the user. That's good for the medium and easy examples, and I'll pass this presentation on to Brandon now.
I appreciate it. So, with our harder examples, these are a little bit more to go over. If you want to scroll down to the generic class example, I'll mainly discuss this one, and the other two can be read on. But with this one, what I found really cool about Swift was that it, I saw it was a little bit more object oriented, and I started thinking, well, okay, maybe I can create generic classes with it like I learned in Java. And so when you read the documentation that Swift has, they are very good about explaining things, and it's very cut and dry. It's very easy to read and understand, and they provide a lot of good examples. If you look in this class here, we just have a class known as permutations that works with generic types, and it can store an original permutation with any type. It takes an array of a generic type. So this could be numbers like we use in this example if you look at the very bottom, but it could also be strings or doubles, any different values. And what we'll do is first you see here that we work with original permutation through a public property. And so this is a concept that I've thought was cool was in Swift because I've used this in C sharp as well. How I can have get and set methods for that work with the original permutation field. However, I'm doing it all strictly from this property that's not stored in memory. And so I can work with through the class and set that property as you see at the bottom simply with an equal sign, and that's calling the set method. Now above that, there's just a simple function for swapping, which is a method that will need to be called consistently throughout the permutations or generating the permutations. And if you look in the function permute, you'll see that it is acknowledging that it's working with generics as well. So you see func permute, and then it's got the type identifier T saying that, hey, we're going to be working with generics within this. And the array is actually of a generic type in the parameters. Now, inside of there, what we're doing is we're looping through the values stored in the array original permutations, and we are recursively permuting until we get down to a length of 1. And whenever we're going through this loop, we're swapping values in different places based on whether or not the the current length that was passed to the permute algorithm is even or odd. And this, calling this method within get permutations at the bottom, will spit out all of the permutations from whatever type of value you have provided to the array. It will successfully provide all those different possible combinations. And so for all of us to learn how to write in this language, like I said, Swift has very good documentation. If you navigate to the external links, not only did we include the links for where you can download Swift and get started with it, but some of the links that we used for our example code. So if you'll click on the generics link for swift.org, I believe it's the third from the bottom. You'll see that it has code examples in here for you. It's got a lot. It's very clear and easy to read. They get into a whole lot of detail. And if you look to the left in that navigation menu, you'll actually see that they have everything very well documented and easy to find. I mean, if you're looking to learn about inheritance or methods, you can click on those and it'll navigate to another page with a lot more examples as well as really good explanations. So the swift.org website was definitely really helpful for us in learning how to write these example programs. So at this time, that is what we have with Swift. We've been learning a lot about the language, and it's been really fun to program with, and we're looking forward to showing you some more in the future. We appreciate you watching.